welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center. This is, in effect, the championship match of the 21st Outrigger Invitational. The Hawaiian Tell FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And just like that, an early point for Hawaii. It is Brooks Sador with the opening serve, and Irvine unable to transition into a hit. Hawaii coming in 3-0 overall, ranked 10th in the first ABCA rankings. UC Irvine 2-1 after a season-opening loss to Lewis, but they come into this invitational effective championship game with a 2-0 record in Hawaii. Warriors transitioning into offense. It's now on the Irvine side, and the hit by Tamir Hershko, and it's going to be a net violation called against Hawaii. We're going to give this one to the setter for the Rainbow Warriors, Jennings Franciscovich, but that is just an early glimpse of what Tamir Hershko can do. He packs a punch.
Well, he hits it hard, and there you see the net violation. We got our net cam working thanks to Steven Jackson. Got that thing lined up. So you can see the net violation is forearms hit the cable.
Middle set goes to Taylor Averill. That's off the block and tracked down by the libero for Irvine. That's Brinkley. Middle hit by Agopian is dug up. Chance for Hawaii. It's Kupono Faye. Brinkley digs it up into the overhead scoreboard and over the net. So that is effectively a violation, and it's a point for Hawaii.
On a broken play like that, Hawaii, very quick hands, nice high set to the outside. Kupono Faye avoids the two blockers.
Now, if that had come down on the Irvine side of the net,
you could have played it.
You could have played. It is Faye to serve. Set goes right side, Hershko, and that goes off of Sador's forearms and into the seats. And so quickly, a little rat-a-tat action, and it's 2 serving 2. Back to serve is Tamir Hershko, averaging just over 4 kills per set. He's tops on the team at 11 kills against Ohio State, 17 kills against Penn State, including 5 aces in that match. Tried to curl it to the near sideline, misses wide. And the Rainbow Warriors will get the side out in the point.
He also serves out about 1 every 3 times, so actually gets, I think he hits like 3 errors to 1 ace. What an improved player last year. Hit about like 184 last year. He's hitting over 400 this year.
Here's Averill to serve. And he pumps that one over. So trading blows here early as the Anteaters will get ready to send it into play. Ranked 8th in the opening ABCA rankings, but a program that has achieved big-time status. They've won 4 national titles in the last 8 years. Here's Siki Zarkovic. What a great start to the season he's off to, and a good start to this match.
What a set from Jennings Franciscovich, too. Right on the money. Siki Zarkovic pointing to him saying, hey, thanks, man. That was right in my wheelhouse.
Siki averaging 4.4 kills per set. Just a gaudy number. And now it's Franciscovich, the 6'5 sophomore, to serve. Floats it deep, handled by Hershko. Set goes right side, and the swing by Zach Lacavera. He is a 6'4 senior from Huntington Beach, California, and another one of the go-to weapons for Irvine.
Oh, definitely. He's their kill leader from last year, averaging 3.25 this year, hitting over 300. That was a great little no-look shot down the line. Cut it back.
Put some heat on that lefty serve. Dug up over the net by Kobe Kanetake. So chance now for Irvine. Lacavera takes something off. Right there is Franciscovich. Bump set goes to Sador against a triple block. Play off the block by Kanetake. Sador again. Just sort of slapped it over. Diving save Lacavera. Left side set goes to Kyle Russell, and he's able to go off of the Hawaii touch and down.
Kyle Russell, a Fab 50 player out of Loomis, California. 13 kills versus Lewis, 10 kills versus Penn State. High school All-American.
And a big fella at 6'9".
He leads the team with the 6 aces. He can rip it.
It is Lacavera. He has a pair of aces to his credit this season.
He had 6 aces against UH last year on March 9th.
Handled by Faye. Middle set 2. Holt is blocked back. So now they go outside to Sador. Little extra smoke steaming off of that one. And we're knotted again at 5 apiece.
Set by Jennings Franciscovich. Sador going field goaling that block. Maybe a little bit over.
The intense stare of Brooks Sador. It's something to behold. And an ace is served up by Siki Zarkovic. Zarkovich, and you saw the celebration. Charlie Wade talking to me before the match saying that one of the areas of development that Siki has sought over the last couple of years and where he's evolved is on the emotional level. He thinks the game. He's seen so much high-level volleyball. He knows the game. Yep. It's more of the emotional side that needed to come about.
And he's brought that. Should he touch them all on that one?
He went big fly on that one. So it's 6 serving 6.
His emotional state in the last 3 games has just been, I would say, perfect.
And it shows in the way he's started this season. It seems as though he's taken a big step forward in his personal evolution. Another out serve, and it'll be Hawaii serving 7-6. Davis Holt, the 6'9" senior out of Marino, to put it into play. Floats it deep and out. We've seen a lot of out serves here in this opening stanza, Chris.
Sure have. Notice there was a little hurry-up offense there. Davis Holt was ready when that whistle blew. He served. Most players take some time. They take their 10 seconds allotted. Not Davis.
Yeah, a la Marcus Mariota and the Oregon Ducks. As that one gets sent long. Yeah, Hawaii trying to pick up the pace a little bit. So it has been a battle of attrition from the service line here so far.
You know, you asked David Niffen tonight, what do you want to do as far as serving is concerned? He says, we're big at the net. We're crazy if we serve out. We want to give our block a chance to score for us.
Sador with a long breath, big serve. Pass by Hershko. They go to Lacavera, and he's able to rattle it off of the block and down. We draw even again. These are 2 teams that are members of the MPSF conference, and so they are very familiar with one another as programs. There are Hawaii connections, as we pointed out in the pregame. You have former University of Hawaii player Mark Presho on the coaching staff for Irvine. Diving pass by Kanetake. Zarkovich, kind of a hurry-up swing from the back row, and it'll be a net violation called against the Anteaters, so Hawaii gets the point.
And where did that set come from? There was I didn't think Zarkovich would be ready for that kind of set. Jennings Franciscovich was like on the 15-foot line, and he set it to Zarkovich in the back row about the 11-foot line. Very unorthodox, but it worked.
So here's Kupono Fei.
He's got to jump float 1 here at some point. I guess it looks like he's going to jump this, but he struggled with his jump serve the other night.
Pass by Russell. He'll get the set from the back row, and he pounds one down to the floor.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. No block out, 1 block up, but had all kinds of court to swing at. Brooks Sador could not react in time, that's for sure.
So here's Hershko, the Israeli, curls it over the net and down in front of a diving Colby Kanetake.
Hershko's got 5 aces coming into this match, all of them against Penn State. And that's a pretty good team, ranked 3rd in the country. Picks up his 6th ace right there.
As we mentioned, both teams 2-0 in this tournament, so this becomes the championship game. Middle set to Averill off the block and down. We are going seesaw-like here in the opening set.
Irvine right away putting 2 players on the All-American Averill, making sure that he is not going to beat them. Somebody else is going to have to beat Irvine. They don't want it to be the ex-Anteater Taylor Averill.
Yeah, he attended UC Irvine for 1 semester, did not play as an Anteater, although that was initially the intention. Russell was dug up on the bump set. Zarkovich will bump it over. So chance now for the Anteaters. They go middle set to Agopian, and Jason Agopian able to finish the deal.
Agopian, another Fab 50 player out of Antioch, California. 3 kills versus Lewis, 4 kills versus Penn State. Doesn't get set a lot, but very effective. Leading one of their leading blockers with 9 this year.
Yeah, you mentioned the 4 kills versus Penn State. Also had 8 blocks in that match. Here's Zarkovich, curls it down into the deep corner. And there you see the experience of Siki Zarkovich, the array of shots.
Playing with 7 seniors, an unusual amount of seniors. It really helps this squad. Mark Presho said in the pregame that he loves the oldness and experience of Hawaii's team.
Middle set goes to Andrew Benz, and that's dug up over the net, saved back over the net, but inside the antenna by Sador.
Rick Sador got there. All he had to do was bump the ball back outside the antenna, and it would have been legal.
Good idea, though.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the thought that counts. Unfortunately, on the scoreboard, in that situation, the thought doesn't count. 12 serving 11. Served by Lacavera. Set goes outside to Sador. Off the fingertips of the block dug up by Hershko. Here's Lacavera off the block and down. He's been working from that 3-meter line.
Lacavera did not even play the first match of the year against Lewis. Had rolled his ankle. Did not play. It was a set by Saeda. Beautiful back set. Lacavera goes up and just tools the block. He just finds ways to get the ball down, and a tough guy to pass. Great serve.
Product of Mater Dei High School. Kanetake kept it alive. Second touch by Holt. But then it's a point smashed down to the floor by Irvine's Michael Saeda.
Saeda came in as an opposite to Irvine was recruited as an opposite, and they turned him into a setter, and he's loving every minute of after mentoring for about a year and a half.
3-0 run here for the Anteaters, thus their largest lead of this opening set. Sador will get a swing, going cross court and wide, and it is Irvine reaching 15 first. So a 4-point advantage for the 8th-ranked team in the country and MPSF foe, Irvine. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris.
Well, for Irvine, they got to reduce their serving errors. They had 26 the other night against Penn State and barely 1 in 5. And for Hawaii, they've got to handle Tamir missiles. That's Tamir Hershko, who served in the Israeli army for 2 years. He's got to know how to work a missile, doesn't he?
He actually split time with his military services and playing on the Israeli national team. So he also knows a thing or two about time management, I would say. Davis Holt able to put down the middle set, and Hawaii ending that run by UC Irvine.
All it takes is a good pass and a set to the middle or some kind of play to break that downward spiral.
It's Zarkovic to serve. 3 aces for him on the season. Coming off a 15-kill, 294 hitting percentage performance against Penn State. Delayed set to Hershko, and Hershko able to find the deep corner. Boy, he packs a punch, doesn't he?
He really does. Hitting out of the back row there again. He's almost as good out of the back row as he is out of the front row.
So now Kyle Russell. Serving it into play. The pass by Kupono Fe. Set goes right side to Sador. The dink. And it works. Pulled the string at just the right time.
Had an awkward approach there because he and Franciscovich were in the same line. So he had to go around him, and then all he could do was hit a little tip shot. Saeda could not control it.
And it is Holt with the serve. Pass by Brinkley. And a block by Fay on the attempted dump shot by Michael Brinkley. He was, or by Saeda, I should say, he was waiting for it.
And Saeda's been successful this year. 7 kills, only 1 error. He's been very good at that, but Kupono Fe had a hunch that that was going to happen. He got a nice little stuff block on that.
Meanwhile, Holt sends it into the twine, and so a 17-14 advantage here in the opening set for Irvine. Substitution for the Anteaters. Travis Woolison coming in. 6'4" senior from Laguna Beach. And he will serve. High toss. Set goes right side. Sador against a solo block. One-hand save by Kanetake. Joust at the net. Hawaii keeps it alive. Sador a second time. One-hand diving save by Woolison. Saeda will get a swing. Dinks it over and down for an Irvine point. Good scramble plays on either side of the net on that sequence, but it's Irvine making the final play.
What a savvy shot. Watch Kanetake keep this ball in play, but Saeda's the hero of this rally. A little roll shot at the end. This is brilliant. 2 blockers up, defense back. He's got a little bit of volleyball in his blood, by the way. His dad, Dave, played as a setter at Stanford. And he's taught him a little bit about the volleyball game. We got a backyard volleyball. Mad whole thing.
Yeah, in fact, head coach David Niffen referring to Michael Saeda, saying that he has what he refers to as the burden of potential, right? Trying to live up to the previous generation, that lineage. Here's Sador. 15 serving 18. Pass by Russell. Middle set. Agopian is blocked. Anaru. Taylor Averill saying, not now.
This has been something that's been a little missing from Taylor so far this year. He has been as dominant blocking at the net as he was the end of last year. He was like unstoppable. Maybe now he'll be getting into his groove again.
Yeah, second on the team coming in with 10 total blocks. 16 serving 18. Sador. Good serve, and it's an ace, and Hawaii within a digit.
Hawaii likes to have Sador serve first. And by serving first in the night, he gets more rotations, more chances to serve the ball with that bullet.
Timeout, Anteaters. 1 point set.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Welcome back, Stan Sheriff Center. Kanoa Leahy, Chris McLaughlin courtside. This is the championship match of the 21st Outrigger Invitational. Hawaii down a point to UC Irvine, but Tamir Hershko deciding to put the Anteaters up a deuce once again. Their largest lead of this opening set was 4.
Hershko with 4 kills now, no errors, hitting 800. 300's a good number, by the way, for an outside hitter.
Kind of has the intimidating look as well to him, doesn't he? Here's the serve by Saeda. Overpass by Zarkovic, and it's going to be a joust, one at the net by, guess who? Tamir Hershko.
He is such a huge factor, whether he's in the front row or the back row. Charlie Wade's seen enough.
Charlie Wade's going to talk with his troops here as he finds his Rainbow Warriors trailing by 3. You see with assistant coach Milan Zarkovic, who is about as active as any assistant coach during the pre-match introductions. I mean, he was literally running guys out of the tunnel and giving them big hugs as they were making their way out onto the floor. He is an Energizer bunny.
Yeah, he is. And that's just the way he is, always has been. Serbian junior national team took them to great heights in the World Championships over a number of years, and now he's having to be here in Hawaii.
Still
knows when he's on TV, too.
Still makes time to acknowledge the camera during the timeout. And there's a look at David Niffen. He is a joy to talk to.
Yeah.
Great career as a player at Irvine. He was a setter in 2002, 2003. A longtime assistant, took over a couple of seasons ago. This is his 3rd year. Won the national title in his opening year, and he's like, okay, what do I do for my next act? 33 years of age, he says he often gets confused for a player, that a lot of people will walk up to him and say, oh, do you know where the head coach is? Because he looks so young.
And you know, when he plays along with it, he goes, no, but I'll check and see.
Well, he also said, I'm a philosophy major, so in essence, it can be a valid question. Is the head coach here? I don't know. Let's take a look at the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leading the all-time series 29-19. We mentioned these are MPSF conference foes. The last meeting was won by Irvine in 5. That was March 9th, 2014. Served by Saeda. Good pass by Faye. Sador from the 3-meter line.
Well, I think Russell put his hand on an out ball. Sador got lucky there.
But a good service reception by Kupono Faye, something he worked diligently on in the offseason.
Yes, he made the junior national team this summer, played for USA, and really improved a lot in that area.
Attacks Brinkley, the libero. They go to the outside to Lacavera, and it is an out ball, so a point for Hawaii. Lacavera trying to work line and worked it a little too far.
Mark Prescio, ex-UH star, coming off the bench to tell Lacavera he doesn't need to cut it quite that thin.
What's up, big? What's up, big? Sliding over. In system only.
So 19 serving 20. The crowd quiets. Faye just misses that sideline.
That was close.
See if we can tell in our replay how close it was. Ooh. Hershko with the serve. Diving pass by Fay. Zarkovic off the block and down. Kupono Fay nails the last couple of service receptions.
3 good contacts. Kupono Fay with the first pass. Jennings, Franciscovic with a great set. And then Zarkovic facing 2 blockers that knew the ball was going to the outside, and he still beat them with that high, hard snapper.
Kupono Fay, the resident Punahou alum. I believe it is a requirement for a University of Hawaii volleyball team to have at least one Punahou alum on the roster. Here's Averill, 20 serving 21. Hershko able to pass it in the air somehow. Lacavera the swing, Sador the save. Averill bumps it to Zarkovic, tight to the net, he's blocked. Holt keeps it alive. Sador, a net violation called against Irvine, point for Hawaii, and we are knotted up at 21 apiece.
That was on Kyle Russell getting his forearms on the cable. So you take a look right there, he goes over the net, and on the way down, you see where he hit the cable. Good call that time.
12th tie of this opening set. And how big time is the net cam?
Oh, that's great feature.
Oh, man.
We're going to call it the Jackson cam instead of the net cam.
I like it.
It took him about 2 years to figure this thing out.
Averill pumping it long. And Irvine will be the beneficiary here. They get to 22 and will have the serve. Reed Dominguez coming on, a redshirt freshman from Orange, California. His twin brother plays football at Utah. And he will put it into play. The pass by Fay, another perfect one. Zarkovic against the double block, able to make it work.
He's just pounding the hands, pounding the high hands and pounding hard. 2 blockers up there waiting, 4 hands across, and he just can't get the stuff block on him because he's hitting it too high.
5 kills on 6 swings, no errors for Zarkovic, the exact hitting numbers of Tamir Hershko. Served by Franciscovic. They go to Lacavera, dug up by Fay over the net and put down by Andrew Benz. Benz having to hang in the air an extra split second.
Kupono Fay just kicking himself. That was a very easy dig that he did not control on his own side of the net, giving Benz an easy kill.
So here's Zach Lacavera to serve. Pass by Zarkovic. Gets the set on the right side off the block. Chance now for the Anteaters. It'll be Brinkley setting up left side to Russell. And Russell into the antenna. So we're tied again, Chris.
Take a look and see if this ball hits antenna first or hits block and then antenna. It hits antenna first. Good call.
Still a conversation between David Niffen.
Looks like he's going to challenge it.
He will. He's busting out the paddle. Ernie Ho, by the way, up top on the ladder here tonight. Dan Hiranaka downstairs. Ryan Scudder, Dean Tamura, the line judges.
You'll tell me.
So we have a review. This is the first time in this tournament, the first time that they have implemented instant replay in the United States.
Yeah, there it hits the antenna first, does not hit the hands. It's the antenna first again. Looks to me like it's a pretty simple call. It's all antenna.
And also one of those situations, just like you see in other sports, is the ability to conclude the play enough via replay to reverse the call.
Correct.
Is it conclusive enough to justify a reversal? That then becomes an issue.
Sure taking a look at it from all different angles, that's for sure. Seems to me like it's pretty conclusive. That hits the antenna first.
Charlie Wade becoming quite the protagonist for this replay system. He thinks that this can be adopted even in the regular season, even if not all matches are televised. They will uphold the call, much to the chagrin of David Niffen.
What happens is that Mifflin now loses one challenge. He gets one more challenge if he wants in this set. Coaches are allowed 2%. If they win the challenge, they get to keep their 2 challenges.
So Zarkovic will serve. 23 serving 23. Took something off. Pass by Russell. Set to Lacavera, and he gets through that block and down. Was able to punch it through the block attempt of Davis Holt and Scott Hartley. And Hartley will be replaced immediately by Kupono Fay. So Irvine gets to 24 first, and they'll serve here for this opening stanza. Timeout, though, by Charlie Wade. He's going to talk things over. Now, you mentioned the rules for the instant replay and the challenge. 2 for each side per set. What I love, though, are the paddles. Literally the ping pong paddles that they were using to demonstrate whether or not they want to challenge the call. And in a very shrewd move by Charlie Wade, one side is the red challenge. There you see the paddle. One side is the red challenge. On the other side, if you turn it over, it's the Outrigger Resorts promo.
Not? Why not?
I mean, that's marketing brilliance right there. You like the idea of the introduction of replay? It's been used internationally.
It has. It's been used in the World League and the World Cup, and so it's something that's I think is going to take hold, especially in the venues that are going to be televised, like the Pac-12, the SEC, the Big Ten Network, and they're starting to televise everything. And when they start doing volleyball, like in women's volleyball right now, I think they can start using women's volleyball next fall. I would not be surprised at all if they started doing it. But for Hawaii, it's just this weekend.
But do you personally like the idea of replay?
I like it. I like it. If you can make the call right, let's get it right.
I agree with you there wholeheartedly. Let's check out tonight's Jack Fact. An international invitational for sure between the rosters of Hawaii and UC Irvine. 5 of the Earth's 7 continents are represented. Players hail from Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. But as has been the case in previous years, yet to see a player from Antarctica. We are still looking to see that threshold broken through.
Or Africa.
Or, yeah.
Those are the 2 that are missing.
But Antarctica, I'm pretty sure we've never seen one yet here in the Outrigger Invitation.
Good pass by Fay.
Right side, Sador against the double block. One-handed save by Brinkley over the net. Hawaii with the advantage. Sador over the block and another net violation. This time called against Hershko, and we're tied at 24. We'll be playing a little extra V-ball here in the first set.
And what a dig by Michael Brinkley, the 5'10 senior, 2-time All-American, 2-time All-NPSF. There's the blocker's forearms on the cable. Remember, they can net anywhere along the net with their body, but you just can't touch the top of the cable.
Here comes the serve. Pass by Brinkley. Lacavera. And unable to handle the dig was Jennings Franciscovich.
Fairly evenly matched teams, wouldn't you say, at 25-24 here in the first?
If this is an indication of what we might be looking forward to come MPSF play.
Irvine hitting 481, Hawaii hitting 500.
And Benz sends it into the net. Irvine has bailed Hawaii out on a number of occasions here late in this set.
And Hawaii's best server behind the line.
Entered the match with 6 service aces to lead the team. He has one already in this match. Good pass by Brinkley. Set left side. It's Hershko off the block. Right there is Zarkovic. Franciscovich goes to Sador. Blocked and roofed by Hershko. And a point for Irvine.
Brilliant block by Hershko. He reached out the line, turned that thing back into his left hand right there. Excellent technique. He's played a lot of volleyball, let me tell you. A lot of volleyball over in Israel and an Israeli national team.
Saeda, the setter, to serve. And it's an ace, and Irvine strikes first in this match, opening up with a 27-25 win in set number 1. So the Rainbow Warriors will have to play from behind here the rest of this Sunday evening at the Stan Sheriff Center. The championship of the 21st Outrigger Invitational. The advantage belongs to the Anteaters.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Big Island Candies. Visit them in Hilo at Ala Center or click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Welcome back. Taking a look at Tamir Hershko and what he did in the opening set. 5 kills, 7 attacks, hitting .714, but some gaudy offensive numbers all around in that first set, Chris.
My goodness, Irvine hitting .464, Hawaii hitting .440. Those are winning numbers. Both teams hitting a side-out percentage of 73% for Irvine and 69% for Hawaii. Those will win every night in the MPSF if you have those kind of numbers.
Take a look now at the Mid-Pac Petroleum leaderboard. Tournament kills. This is here in this Outrigger Invitational. And you have 4 of the top 5 players who we are seeing out on the Terraflex here tonight, led by Siki Zarkovic and his 5 kills per set.
Siki got his 5 kills again in the first set. Brooks Sador also got 5. Tamir Hershko also got 5. And finally, Zach LaCavera got his 5.
And how about Kupono Fei? We mentioned the focus on service receiving in the offseason. He was served at 11 times, 0 reception errors.
Yeah, they're trying to work on him a little bit, but he's coming up strong every time. Here's Saeda, who delivered the winning punch from the last time, into the last set.
Lefty serve in the pass by Zarkovic. Franciskovic goes middle to Abel. He's blocked en route by Jason Agopian.
There's the designated blocker that's assigned to Taylor Averill. No matter where he goes, he's going to have somebody on him, and hopefully they're going to try to get 2 guys on him.
You said it. Dave Niffen basically saying, hey, our best method to winning is probably just serving in. If we force the other team to play because of the way we block, that's going to bode well for us.
Exactly. There's another serve by Saeda. He's just on fire.
Second touch by Sador. They're going to call it a violation against Hawaii, so a point for Irvine. What's the call here?
I'll tell you what, the reason is he had 1 foot on the Terraflex and 1 foot off the Terraflex, I believe. He went on the rug over there in the first row, and you have to stay on the Terraflex. We'll see where his foot is right there. Yeah, he's off. He stepped off the court, literally off the court onto the rug.
And Kupono Fei, unfortunately, with his first receiving error. How's that reception by Kanetake? Fei blocked back by Zach LaCavera, and Irvine jumping all over the Rainbow Warriors in this second set.
And there's an unusual sight where it's a one-on-one, 1 blocker versus 1 attacker. The attacker will win that battle probably 7, 8 times out of 10. Not that time, though.
First block of the match for LaCavera. And Saeda continues to serve. Just missed that in line. And so Hawaii finally getting off the schneid.
And he finished set 1 with an amazing ace. Started off set 2 with 3 quick points.
Here's Sador. 6'5" senior from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. The high toss. And it's an ace. Just what Hawaii needed.
An ace with celebration, as only Sador can do. His second ace of the night. Look at that focus. He's got a great routine. Has a nice toss. Heavy topspin on the ball. And that went right at a 2-time All-American in Michael Brinkley. Brinkley just watched it go by. Brinkley's one of the better passers around.
He attacks Brinkley again. Good pass that time. Delay set to Russell, and he drops a hammer.
Russell at 6'9", coming out of the back row. It's almost like he's on the net. Tough to block that ball. It's a quick back row quick, which is actually a set that was named and designed by John Spraw, the former UCI coach, now the national team coach.
Taking something off that time was Hershko. They go delay to Zarkovic. And he's able to get the kill. Zarkovic, 6 kills on 8 swings.
Another little back row attack, but Zarkovich comes from the right out of the back row. And the Irvine block wasn't able to quite shift out there in time.
Fay will serve. The pass by Brinkley. High and away they go to Russell. Getting a touch that time was Franciscovich. Good second touch by Hawaii, but they're unable to get it over the net.
Boy, with all kinds of opportunity in that rally. First good soft block. Ball was in the air a long time. Did not get a good pass up. And then no third contact at all.
Look of concern from Charlie Wade. Agopian floats it long. And it's a point for the Rainbow Warriors. These two teams part of the MPSF. It was UC Irvine, preseason pick to finish 5th. Hawaii preseason pick to finish 7th in the conference. Pepperdine, the favorite coming into 2015. Averill. Pass by Russell over the net. Free chance here for Hawaii. Franciscovich sets up Sador. Dug up by Brinkley. Second touch Lacavera, and Brinkley will free ball it over. Advantage for Hawaii. Zarkovich. That's gulped back over the net, but out of play by Tamir Hershko. Good effort by him. Still a point for Hawaii, and we start over at 5 apiece.
I thought Davis Holt did a nice job of not trying to hit that overpass. I think he would have been blocked had he done so. Just run a play off it. Hawaii gets the easy point.
Taylor Averill, MPSF Player of the Week. The opening week serves up his 3rd ace of the season.
Two big outsides. Russell at 6'9", Hershko at 6'6". Kind of the passing targets tonight, I think, for Hawaii. Well, they want to stay away from Brinkley, that's for sure, the 2-time All-American libero.
Yeah, 2-time first-team All-American. Taking something off was Averill, and that hits the Terraflex. Back-to-back aces by the 6'7" senior from San Jose.
I like the yo-yo effect. Serve them deep, then serve them short. Get them on their heels.
A 4-0 run for the Bows. Brinkley tight to the net on the pass. Middlesex goes to Benz. How about the pass by Michael Brinkley? That is a reason why he is held in such high regard nationally.
That thing was right on the money. It's also good that he's got a big setter at 6'5" and Saida with long arms who could go up and get that ball and reach over the net.
Pass by Kanetake, and that's touched over by Franciscovich. Chance now for Irvine. Hershko from the back row. Dug up by Sador, and out of play. Oh, we are just seeing some laser beams tonight. The power of the men's collegiate game. It's amazing.
I think this is your first men's match of the year, right?
Yeah.
So what you're used to all fall was an entirely different velocity, shall we say.
It's a different game, that's for sure. Lacavera with the serve. Zarkovich off the block and out. Again, utilizing the block to his advantage as he's done so much tonight.
Actually, he's done it the whole weekend. It's how he's worked. He's hitting the ball in a very crafty manner, tooling the block again and again, or hitting the high hands like he did in the first set.
Franciscovich, the float serve, past Hershko. They go outside to Russell. Oh, my word. Kyle Russell laying the smackdown from the outside position.
Russell at 6'9", just hammers the ball. Struggled a little bit the first night. Against Lewis, he hit 296, but against Penn State, hit 077. Now it seems like he's coming into his own, hitting 211, bringing his average up.
Kapono-Fei, the overpass, the swing by Hershko, dug up by Kobe Kanetake. Chance for Hawaii is Zarkovich from the right side. That's sniffed out by Brinkley. Back row, they go to Russell through the block and down. Another point for Irvine, and they vault ahead once more. 9 serving 8 coming up.
These two teams so evenly matched.
Russell taking the long breath. Here it comes. Took something off there. Kanetake with the pass. Left side it goes to Sador. The touch shot is blocked back and then bumped over the net by Holt and out of play. coming from Charlie Wade. He wants to talk things over. We'll take a break as well. Irvine up a deuce.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Back here at the Stan Sheriff Center, Irvine batting 1,000 in set 2. Hawaii on the other end of the spectrum. Russell with the serve off the tape, and Holt can do nothing but bump it over. So Irvine transitions into an Andrew Benz bomb, and the Anteaters up 3.
Benz doesn't get a lot of sets, but what sets he does get, he makes the most of it like that. He just pounds that ball to the floor.
Just 9 total kills coming into this match on the season, but a 6-1 run here for Irvine. Russell again with the serve. Hanetake the pass. Franciscovich goes high and away to Sador through the block dug up by Brinkley. Saeda goes to Hershko. Blocked back. It goes off of Hershko and over the net and down. One of the most unlikely points that you'll ever see.
Hawaii defenders in shock. They're standing around thinking that ball was going to be a kill. Next thing you know, it's coming back over the net right there with backspin.
How much?
You might see that once a year.
Yeah. How dejecting is that as you see Russell missing the serve wide. So Hawaii finally getting out of that rotation. But, I mean, you put up the block on Tamir Hershko. You cover him. You blanket it.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to show for it but a point for Irvine.
Very, very depressing, to say the least.
So Hawaii, not only behind in this match, has some catching up to do here in this second set. 9 serving 12, the serve by Zarkovic. Brinkley with the pass, chasing it down inside, bumps it to Hershko, couldn't get all of it. Blocked by Holt. And Zarkovic will set up Sador. Off the triple block, diving save Lacavera. Hawaii scrambling now. Zarkovic bumps it to Sador. Blasts it through the block and down.
I'll tell you what's good about Hawaii that rally. Everybody had to do something different. That time, Yasuki Zarkovic bump setting the last ball for the assist. Normally, he's setting it with his hands, or Colby Hanetake is the alternate setter. So everybody's got all jumbled up there, and Hawaii adjusted nicely.
Zarkovic, the pass by Brinkley. They go to Lacavera from behind the 3-meter.
Oh, I thought Hawaii's defense was lined up perfectly there. Lacavera made Hawaii's defense look like they were nowhere to be found. A lot of open court right there.
Yeah, he found the alleyway.
I think they might have to put a defender back there in that back corner.
Out-served just barely by Andrew Benz. Davis Holt will serve.
Benz's third service error.
Pass by Russell. Hershko. And it'll be off the block and out. And so that's a point for Irvine. And the players are calling for the challenge paddle to be busted out by Charlie Wade, and he's going to challenge it. I think the players thought it went off of the block and off of Hershko.
Correct. And Hershko's walking over to his coach saying, yeah, it did. I think Hershko sees. Take a look, see if it goes off his hip right.
Yes, it does.
There, yep, it certainly does.
So we will see the officiating crew go to work once again. And a correction, we had the wrong rotation of officials. Ernie Ho upstairs, Dixon Chun downstairs, Ryan Scudder, Dean Tamura, the line judges.
Maybe you can't, maybe touches like that aren't, I think, are not challengeable.
Yes, and if it hit the player and he's inbounds, then it's, yeah. Let me look at the
So Dixon Chun will come over and check out the replay. So a little discussion there between Charlie Wade and the officiating crew, and now David Niffen. So you cannot challenge the touch aspect. I think what you can challenge is the line where the ball touched on the floor. So it definitely goes off of Hershko, but I think the explanation here, and this is a very new thing that all the coaches and all the officials are just getting adjusted to here, but I think the issue here is that you can't review the touch off of Hershko. The only thing you'd be able to review is where the ball struck the Terraflex in proportion to the out-of-bounds line.
I think that Irvine will win that particular battle.
Because it bounced off of Hershko. Go figure.
Yeah, I know. That's... Unfortunately, with the new rule in this weekend, in this replay rule, we'll take a look at it again to see it goes off. Sador goes off Hershko's hip and then goes out of bounds.
Well,
pretty obvious,
bounds, yeah.
pretty obvious play. But unfortunately, there's been two discussions by the referees. Dixon Chun's talking to Ernie Ho twice now, 2 different trips. It's elongating the challenge process, unfortunately. And I don't think the intention was to make the game longer.
Sure.
It was to make the game more right, more just, make the calls correct.
But that's going to happen when you introduce something of this nature.
For the first time.
Exactly,
Correct.
yeah. I mean, you saw it when baseball first adopted it at the major league level. It's going to take some ironing out, and of course, we're only going to see it here in this Invitational. We're not going to see it the rest of the year. But
Exactly.
if it is something that becomes more of a mainstay in collegiate volleyball, it'll take a while for it to really get sharpened and finely tuned.
Exactly. And now Charlie Way's going to have talking to his floor captain, Taylor Averill, and have him discuss it with Ernie Ho and see if he can get a review of the replay.
That is the conundrum that is presented by this. And you have guidelines and rules for every form of replay in just about every sport where it is present. But you have now the knowledge that struck Hershko.
Yes.
You have the knowledge that the correct call is a Hawaii point. And yet, because of the technicality and the language of the rule, you're unable to grant that point.
It's ironic that this whole challenge thing was designed to get it right, and now it's not getting it right.
Exactly. But we digress. And they're getting ready to play volleyball again here at the Stan Sheriff Center. It is 14 serving 11. The crowd not liking it one bit. Obviously hard for them to fully understand exactly what was discussed. And adding insult to injury, Michael Saeda dropping an ace. Irvine up 15-11 in set 2. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Levitt, Yamane, and Soldner. 4. That's the number of NCAA championships for UC Irvine over the past 8 seasons. 3 of them coming under former head coach John Spraw, who went to UCLA. So David Niffen, 5-year assistant, takes over, wins in his first season as head coach. Just the second coach in the 44-year history of NCAA men's volleyball to accomplish that feat. The first was Jim McLaughlin at USC. And out of the timeout, Saeda serves it long, so Hawaii will get a much-needed point. 12 serving 15 here in set 2. Irvine leading 1-0. But what Irvine has accomplished as a program, it has joined the ranks of the big-timers.
You got to give a lot of credit to David Niffen for carrying on the tradition that John Spraw started. And you got to give a lot of credit to the ex-Hawaii Rainbow, Mark Presho, for being the thread that was on all 4 championship coaching staffs.
Good call right there, Chris. Jason Agopian didn't get all of it in that middle hit, but got enough of it to get the Irvine point. 16 serving 12, and here's Hershko. You can hear the smack as he let that one loose. But smack that, says Taylor Averill.
That was hit with a lot of almost anger. I think Taylor Averill really wants to get going, wants to get on a roll, wants to help this team. He knows a lot of attention is being paid to him by the other opposing teams. We'll see if he can ramp it up.
2 kills on just 4 attempts for Averill here so far tonight. And Hershko can do just about nothing wrong right now, Chris. 9 kills on 13 swings, still error-free.
I'll ask you this. That was a smart shot. Do you think he is a smart person, according to David Niffen?
Yeah, I'll throw in the yes on that response.
Electrical engineering. English is a second language.
He has the highest GPA on a UC Irvine team. That says a lot.
Go figure. Of course, part of the motivation is that if he gets, in 4 years, if he gets a degree, he'll get out of his 3rd year of service in the Army in Israel.
Here's Averill, 14, serving 17. Just long. The MPH on that one, 64.
That's the new addition, the radar gun to the gymnasium this year.
That adds a lot, in my opinion.
It really does.
Lacovera. That one had some speed on it as well.
64 miles an hour as well.
Joust at the net. Hawaii keeps it alive. It's Sador. Has to take something off of it. Saeda with the save. Saeda's going to swing the left-handed slap over. Saved by Zarkovic. Now Zarkovic with the swing from the outside, and he puts it off the block and down for Hawaii.
Off the block and down and into Kanoa Leahy's hands. Good touch. Nice dig by you.
Thank you. I think it may be a lift, though, because I held on to it for a little too long.
You did.
15 serving 18. Franciskovic with the serve. Pass Hershko. Middle set. Benz.
Boy, Ben's on a roll right now. 5 kills, no errors. This is a career night for him. Benz leads the team in blocking and has not been known to be an offensive threat until tonight.
Russell. Wow, great decision in that instance by Kobe Kanetake to go matador on that serve and let it land long. So now Siki Zarkovic. Is still trying to play catch-up. Garrett Komisarek put in there for Hawaii at the libero position in place of Kanetake. Middle set. Benz went deep corner and just missed long.
Did you notice the net was bouncing? And so the UCI staff is going, what about the bouncing net? And apparently the net was contacted in the middle of the net, not on top of the cable.
Well, Mark Prescio actually asking the official if that did in fact land long. I think there was some thought, at least from the angle of the Irvine bench, that that actually did catch the end line. So a timeout is taken by David Niffen.
We'll take a look and see.
Oh, there looked to be some contact at the bottom.
It was at the bottom. Contact was at the bottom.
Davis Holt possibly getting a piece of the twine. And so, yeah, a couple of things that were in question. Now let's see where the ball lands.
On the chevron sign, it looks like where it lands, right? Stopping for some gas.
Pretty close.
It's really hard to tell there because it's
white on white with the sideline and the insignia.
Exactly. You know, we should acknowledge again, we wouldn't even have this event if it weren't for David Carey and the Outrigger Resorts. Year in, year out, they've supported men's volleyball when it may not have been popular to, or the right thing to do to support men's volleyball, but David Carey and staff have done so year in and year out. His wife, Kathy Carey, here. There's David Carey right now, and his wife, Kathy Carey, to his left. Our screen right, there she is. She's done so many years of volunteering for women's soccer. That's how they met, women's soccer up at Stanford, the two of them. Dave was playing golf, and she was a soccer player, and the rest is history.
And it's a wonderful, wonderful event, and you're right, the support that has always been there, it is treasured. There is a special UH Club for Keiki. Stop by Papa John's Pizza to join the UH Kids Club. Purchase a large pizza and children receive an official club t-shirt and a host of other benefits. Join the UH Kids Club today. 17 serving 19 here in set 2. Hawaii trailing 1-0. Zarkovic the serve. Pass by Russell. Saeda will go high and away to Hershko. Straight down to the floor.
Whoa. That was otherworldly. Looks a lot like Aaron Russell of Penn State. First team All-American-like. National team-like. Of course, he is on a national team. The Israeli national team. But yeah, he's in the same category as Russell, I think.
10 kills on 14 swings, no errors. Hershko hitting .714. And an ace. Served up by Travis Willison.
That was a 45-mile-an-hour ace, as opposed to the 60s we're used to. He just loops this one in high. It just comes down fast, catches that back line.
Hawaii trails by 4. Travis Willison, senior from Laguna Beach, California. Trying to lead UC Irvine down the home stretch of this second stanza. Good pass by Kupono-Fei. He gets the set on the outside, goes down the line, and it was touched by the Irvine block. And even though there were some players, palms pointed upward, David Niffen, the head coach for Irvine, actually got up, looked at the top official, Ernie Ho, and gave him the thumbs up, said, good call. That was the correct call. I don't know if it was sarcastic or not, but he said good call. Brandon Hiley on to serve for Hawaii. Delayed set goes to Russell, and he handcuffs Jennings Franciscovich.
That ball came with a lot of heat. 2 blockers up, but they're a little bit late. And Jennings just takes a shot in the chest right there.
That was tattooed. That could leave a mark. Saeda delivers an ace, and Irvine threatening to run away and hide in this second set.
Ace number 4 for Michael Saeda.
Largest lead of set 2 for Irvine, and Charlie Wade trying to find some answers and trying to think of a way to slow down that guy, Tamir Hershko.
You know, one of the things I think that makes Irvine unique and tough to play against, first of all, Hershko and Russell just beasts on the outside, and Heaney out of the back row. But how about the 2 lefties that serve? You know, Lacavera is a left-hander who's got a great serve, and then Michael Saeda with 4 aces tonight. He's a lefty where the ball's coming in from a different angle, different direction, different spin. Look at Hershko hitting .714 on the night. Big numbers. So I think, you know, and then they've got the great little libero and Michael Brinkley. So Irvine has all the pieces, I think, as does Hawaii. And this match, by the way, who knows how much each coach is holding back. Because what they really want to do is play well when Hawaii goes up to Irvine in about a month or so.
That's right, January 28th, January 30th.
Not even a month.
Yeah, later this month. And that's a good point. But why do you think Irvine has been able to, at least thus far through the match, sort of lay its authority on the Rainbow Warriors?
I think their serving has put Hawaii on its heels. Hawaii hasn't been able to serve pass enough balls right on the money to set that guy right there, Taylor Averill. When you pass well, you tend to play well. You tend to side out better. You tend to get everybody involved when you can run plays. You see Averill only 4 attempts tonight. That is not enough for Hawaii to win a volleyball game if he's only got 4 attempts in 2 sets.
Irvine hitting .562 for the match. Hawaii cooling off a little bit here. Now hitting .390. Saeda with the serve pass by Fei. They go right side to Sador against the solo block, and he's able to gobble it up.
That time, Taylor Averill, even though he didn't get set, he took a blocker with him, leaving Sador one-on-one on the outside so Sador could pick up his 7th kill.
7 kills on 20 attempts, hitting .200 for the match. 2 service aces. Now would be a good time to bust another 1 or 2 of those out, that's for sure.
How about the numbers for Zarkovich so far? 8 kills, no errors, 9 kills, no errors, 8-18? That's school record-like.
Hershko sends it straight up in the air. Bump set by Brinkley. Hershko, the swing, hits it long. Was there a touch? No touch. Point for Hawaii, and they're within 3.
And it all started with the serve of Brooke Sador, and you know who? David Niffen wants to stop Sador's rhythm.
Yeah,
that was that timeout.
What do you think about that timeout timing?
Guarantee you, he did not want Brooke Sador to be alive and excited and a lot of adrenaline running through his system. There you see the Hawaii coaching staff napping things out for this next play. Where the big hitters are for Irvine, how to line up the block against them. David Niffen, meantime, he's probably calling something for, I don't know, Russell or Hershko. What do you think?
Safe bet.
I think on a good pass, though, they'll go to the middle because the middles have been playing well. Hagopian and Bands have both been playing well.
But they haven't necessarily been providing all that much offensive firepower statistically this year. And I asked David Niffen, would you like to get more offensive production from your middles? And he basically said, hey, look, I just want to win. And if that requires, based on the matchup or the scouting report, us to work the middles offensively a little bit more, then so be it. But for the time being, if our power and our strength is at the pins, and that's winning us sets and winning us matches, it's fine by me.
Yeah, and that's kind of what's happening tonight. They've utilized the middles more so tonight than they have the other two nights, that's for sure.
Charlie Wade in his 6th year running the program, has a lot of experience on this team. I mean, this is men's collegiate volleyball. So 3-0 start to the season, first time since 2003. That's all well and good. You know you're going to run into adversity along the way. So this turns out to be definitely a good test for this Rainbow Warriors squad here early in the year.
Very definitely. You know, both teams are going to go back and study the films of this match to use it for that January 28th, 29th matchup at Irvine. Here, a pin drop right now.
Ooh, long breath by Sador. Here it comes. Hershko steps into it, off the block and down.
Hershko, nice cut back there. You saw the block lining up on him on the taking his line away. So he just did a little, kind of a little, like a no-look pass in basketball, back across his body, and it worked.
11 kills now for Hershko, and he's back to serve. Into the twine it goes. And Hawaii stays alive for at least another breath here in this second set.
Garrett Komisarek in to play some defense, maybe dig a ball.
Bonofé, short float serve past Hershko, middle set to Jason Agopian, and he pounds it down to end set number 2 with an exclamation point. UC Irvine now with an opportunity to open up the broom closet against the home team, Rainbow Warriors. Take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. UC Irvine up 2-0, Chris.
These are some amazing stats. Only 11 errors between the two teams as far as attacking is concerned. Irvine hitting 550, Hawaii hitting 400. If you hit 400 on any given night, you're going to win. You're going to be up 2-0. Instead, Hawaii is down 2-0. It's expected that the blocks would be doubled up by Irvine. They're huge at the net. Dig's about even. Aces, you see 6-12 for Irvine, 6 aces, 12 errors in Hawaii, 5 aces, 7 errors. But I really think the key is that Irvine has had a tremendous offensive first 2 sets, especially Russell. He has played so well, Aaron Russell. I just talked to Mark Pressure on my way over here from the side set, and he said Russell is the key for them, that when Russell goes and he gets it going, they have a great chance to win. He's very inexperienced in that position, but he is playing like a veteran the first 2 sets tonight.
Yeah, it turns into a veritable pick-your-poison type of scenario for the opposition, because you're so worried already about Tamir Hershko and Zach Lacavera. And you're right, if Kyle Russell gets it rolling, what do you do?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's what's made the difference, because Russell 7 kills, only 1 error, hitting 667. Pressure said he's inexperienced. Those are the numbers of a veteran right there.
Yeah, well, he's getting some experience tonight. Now it's up to Hawaii, this experienced squad, to try to slow down the Anteaters. Sador with the serve. They go delay middle set to the man of the subject, Kyle Russell.
Kyle Russell, high school All-American. Actually, in 2013, a couple of years ago, he did make National Player of the Week. So he'll go in streaks, and as he did then a couple of years ago. Leads them in aces this year, but only hitting 194.
Saeta with the serve, past Zarkovich. Sador from the back row, right in front of the 2-time first-team All-American libero, Michael Brinkley.
Well, I guarantee you one thing that Charlie Wade told his troops in between the second and third set was, you know something? A few nights ago, Irvine won the first 2 and then lost the next 2 to Penn State.
Ended up winning that match in 5. Russell, Averill got a piece, but it's blocked out of bounds. and so another point for Irvine. I mean, the ebbs and flows and the momentum can swing so violently here in the men's game.
It really can. Irvine's really going to that big set a lot, the back row quick. Whether it be to Hershko or whether it be to Russell, they're getting a lot of sets.
Hershko, great pass by Fay. Set up to Zarkovic over a double block.
And Siki continues to put up big numbers. 10 kills, no errors, hitting .833. Again, hitting the high hands. That time he found a little bit of a hole in the block as well.
What do you see in his game that's different this year from the previous seasons?
Well, as you alluded to earlier, he's emotionally, I think, better. He doesn't have those downs. He's only positive, only up.
Middle set, that's a Gopian. He puts it down.
So I think he's, emotionally steadier. I think he's getting used to the sets of Franciscovich, and that makes a big difference. Last year he had Joby Ramos and connected well with him, but he's got this new setter. And I think they're working well. Davis Holt getting a couple of chances.
Franciscovich this time goes to Sador from the back row. Didn't get all of it. The dig by Saeda. Here's Lacavera. Cross court and in. He went hard angle. And he has been able to find that alleyway, that seam in the Hawaii defense several times tonight, Chris.
He is really an effective player. This team has two lefties, as we've said before, and they just bring a different look.
Zarkovic decides to establish a sense of calm here among his team as he strikes once again.
Now 11 kills, hitting .846. You see that out of a middle blocker maybe, but not out of an outside hitter.
Russell the dink, touched up by Sador. Zarkovic from off the net. Chance now for Irvine. High and away, they go to Russell. And he sends a fireball to the other side of the net.
You know what a mature shot that was? He could have tried to bury it straight down. He probably would have been blocked or gone into the net. Instead, he hit a high snapper to the deep 1/3 of the court, which is a smart play. No rainbow around to dig it.
Lacavera, that had some heat on it. Overpass by Kanetake, and it's put down by Saeda.
I think Saeda might have caught the net on his follow-through.
He did. Net violation against the Anteaters. So a point for Hawaii instead. And it's Zarkovic to serve. 4 serving 5. Russell with the overpass. Franciscovich handles it. So it is Komisarek with the setup to Sador on the right side. Was there a touch at the net? No touch. And it's a point for the Anteaters of Irvine.
And that was Brooks Sador's really only shot. He had 3 blockers up. It was a huge wall. All he could do was hope to hit high hands and catch a pinky or something. 3 blockers, goes high hands and does not catch anything but air.
Overpass, Russell from the service line this time doing some damage as he forced the overpass, and Irvine was able to take care of it courtesy Michael Saeda.
Helps to have a 6'5" setter who can just tiptoe up there and pound it down.
Saeda, who actually entered the Irvine program listed as an opposite attacker. As Russell sends it long. David Niffen saying that when he took over as head coach, he talked to Saeda and said, okay, what is it that you really, really want to do? He says, I would like to transition into becoming a setter. Like his dad, you mentioned his dad, David, a setter for Stanford. And so far it's turned out well for the Anteaters. Hershko. My goodness.
Hershko and Russell are really getting the job done on the pins, as is Lacavera. They're just almost unstoppable. They're hitting for just a huge, what number are they hitting now? They're hitting 567. This is an offense that is like a runaway train, hard to stop.
And then the string is pulled on the serve, an ace by Andrew Benz.
And Benz, who has missed 3 serves tonight, follows up with an ace.
This is gut check time here in the early season for this Rainbow Warrior team right now.
Definitely. You know, it would not be the end of the world if they were to drop this, because the game that really counts against Irvine is January 28th.
Sure, good scramble by the Anteaters. Kanetake handles the free ball. Middle set, Averill pounds it to the floor.
Averill finally gets set number 5 on the night. Picks up his 3rd kill. He's passed by Kanetake right on the money, and good set by Jennings Franciscovich.
So you want to talk dominance offensively. All of the hitters for Irvine are hitting over 500.
Wow.
Or at least 500. And Saeda, the one guy who has recorded kills as the setter who's hitting 143, decides to pummel one and get the side back for Irvine.
Oh, my goodness. Hey! And he's got 33 assists to go along with it. He's averaging 10 assists per game.
Hitting 700 in set 3. Hit 652 for the second set. First touch, Kanetake. Good save by Sador. And Kanetake will send a free ball Irvine's way. Saeda goes opposite side to Lacavera, and he goes off the block and out, and it is a point for Irvine. And right now the Anteaters can do very little wrong, and a timeout taken by Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors reeling and in need of a spark.
Let's take a look at how it works. Take a look at Kyle Russell there out of the back row. He's going to execute what's called a back row quick. First quick hitter right there. Second quick hitter is Russell. And the blockers don't know which hitter to block. Here's the middle attacker, and there's the second attacker. And they're just up a little late. And the back row attacker hitting that back row quick just has his way. He's got open court all night long. And that's why they're hitting .581. And that's how it works.
Brought to you by Central Pacific Bank. Meanwhile, Irvine getting another point as Saeda dealt his 5th service ace. I mean, they're looking every bit the part of a national championship contender again, Chris. Two-hand pass by Fay. Sarkovic sets him up. And the dig by Russell. Overpass, a little knuckler at the net by Saeda. And it's going to be a point for Hawaii as a back row attacker is called against Irvine. Things were a little scrambled and mixed up on that side of the net, so Hawaii able to finally break through and get the point. It's 7 serving 12, but this is an Irvine team we've mentioned that has joined the ranks of the elite in men's college volleyball. 4 national titles in the last 8 years, and they are looking tonight like a team ready to contend again. Still very early on in the season, obviously. Lacavera. And finally, Hawaii able to put up the wall. Averill and Franciscovich denying access.
Only Hawaii's, that might have been an out ball right there, passed up by Hershko. Finally, somebody blocks Lacavera. Only Hawaii's 3rd block of the night.
Fay tickles the tape, the pass by Brinkley. They go right side, Hershko off the block and out. 13 kills for Tamir Hershko. He's human, so he finally has recorded an error on 18 swings, hitting .667. Russell hitting .692. Benz hitting .667. Agopian hitting .500. Lacavera, well, he's bringing up the caboose. He's at .462.
Those are unbelievable numbers.
Eyeing away, Zarkovic, roofed! Lacavera and Agopian.
Bump up their block, and that's their 5th block of the night. Very solid block, well executed. 4 hands together, a little swing block to get up a little higher. And Zarkovic has his 1st error of the night.
Here's Hershko, the high toss. Pass by Kanetake, tight to the net. Middle set, Averill goes straight down. Now, Irvine has shown signs of brilliance throughout this Outrigger Invitational, as you see another look at Averill's smash. Tonight, though, it seems to have all come together thus far.
Yeah, it really has. They're playing the best by far of the 3 nights.
Averill just missed the end line there. So 15 serving 9 coming up as Irvine closes in on a possible sweep victory here in the championship match of the Outrigger Invitational. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. If you're just joining us, UC Irvine has put on a dominating performance here tonight in what is effectively the championship match of the 21st Outrigger Invitational. And they serve leading 15-9 here in the third, a chance to sweep the home team Rainbow Warriors. Siki Zarkovic, though, will try to do his best to stand in the way of that. Kanoa Leahy, Chris McLaughlin here courtside. And that has been certainly one of the bright spots for Hawaii in this match. 12 kills now for Siki Zarkovic, just one error, hitting .688.
Those are Irvine-like numbers.
Russell blocked, roofed, hits the door.
And celebration. He goes to his knees again.
And we're going to give that one the nod for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. It's been a rough go of it for Hawaii's blockers, but Sador got the better of Russell on that occasion. Returning to live action, it's Lacavera with the swing, dug up over the net, so another chance for the Anteaters. Lacavera a second time off the block and down.
You can stop Lacavera once, but you're not going to stop him twice in a row. He's just too cagey, too crafty, and too powerful, and he's left-handed.
Pretty smart guy himself, too. MPSF All-Academic Scholar athlete. And he's back there to serve. 16, serving 11. Just missed the end line. That was out by a hair. So Zarkovic back to serve, and Garrett Komisarek on the floor for Hawaii in place of Kanetake for the moment. Zarkovic, the run up. Pass by Brinkley. They go back row to Hershko. And it is like Groundhog Day every time you set Tamir Hershko.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what's amazing is that Hawaii had 3 blockers up in Hershko. They knew it was going to him, and they still couldn't stop him. He found a way around the block and found the floor.
Russell delivers an ace. Kupono Fei unable to handle that one across the way from us, and it is now 18 serving 12.
Russell just delivers a bomb down the line. That's a tough ball. As you're moving away from the court, it's tough to get your feet there, get turned.
That time Fei handles it. Franciskovic goes to Zarkovic from the back row, and he unleashes.
Nice set from Jennings, Franciskovic. And Zarkovic is trying to, you know, that one looked like he was trying to make 2 kills in one. That one had a lot of heat.
Tying away the set to Hershko. Straight down to the floor. Even he was impressed.
I think he wants to join Sador's celebration club. What do you think?
15 kills now for Hershko.
Credit for Irvine. Whoever's designing the Irvine offense, I think Niffen might take credit for it. Who knows? Maybe Ron Larson, one of their assistants, will take credit for this offense. It's hitting .551 and has only made 9 errors all night long.
Service error by Travis Willison. So Hawaii not dead in the water yet. Now, for the Rainbow Warriors, even if you are not to win this match, you like to see them get some kind of momentum, have some kind of positive, strong finish here. As this is essentially the final tune-up, they're going into conference play right around the corner.
Exactly. And in just 2 weeks, they'll be going up against Irvine.
Hershko tried to drop it over, saved by Fei, and then Zarkovic gets roofed. They had all of the blockers up waiting for Siki on that one.
They might have had 4 guys up there, I'm not sure. It looked like an amazing wall.
And this crowd here at the Stan Sheriff Center, both shocked and also in awe of what they are seeing from the UC Irvine Anteaters. This is college volleyball being played at just about the highest level right now on the side of the net, opposite, unfortunately, the home team.
You know, it was interesting, we had Mark Presho on in the pregame show in Game On, and he said he thought the 2 best teams in the conference might be Hawaii and Pepperdine. I think he needs to include his own team in there. What do you think, Kanoa?
Playing possum, perhaps, Mr. Prescio.
Yes.
Next up for Hawaii, it will be MPSF play as they host UC Santa Barbara for a couple of matches, January 16th and 18th. And then, of course, they'll be traveling to California to play these Anteaters on the 28th and 30th. Now for UC Irvine, following this trip here to Hawaii, they will still have actually a match between now and conference play as they'll host George Mason before starting MPSF play against Long Beach State on the 17th. So if you're Charlie Way, what has this match shown you about your team and areas that will be in need of shoring up here as you get set for conference play?
Well, I think the first thing Charlie might say is that we need to work more on passing, and when we use the passing machine in the gym, we got to ramp it up to about 70 miles an hour to get our team ready for teams like Irvine.
Sends it into the net, so a point for Hawaii. 15 serving 20. They're going to need some kind of run here. And it's Kuponofe. Won a couple of state titles at Punahou. Crowd quiets. Pass by Brinkley. Set high and away. Lacavera tried to knuckle it off the block. And it's going to be a net violation.
He stepped underneath the net and interfered with the blocker.
They called that against Lacavera.
Yeah, it was a good call. The ball was set tight to the net. See if we can see it underneath here. There he goes up and under.
There was contact.
Yeah,
you saw it.
His whole foot went under as well.
Here's Hershko. Dug up by Fay to no avail. Hershko strikes again. That's 16 kills. That's one off of his season high on 22 attempts. I mean, he has put on an exhibition of note.
And again, Saeda is being deceptive enough to give his hitters a block, a split, or even a one-on-one.
21 serving 16. Set goes middle to Averill. And he slams it off the block and out.
Averill again had two blockers dedicated to him. And he won the battle. And again, Averill only 7 sets all night long. 8 sets. He's got 6 kills, hitting .625.
And back to serve. Hawaii treading water here in the third, trying to hang around. Pass by Brinkley, it's perfect. Middle set goes to Agopian. And that's going to be a point for Hawaii. No touch up front. He sent it out. So Hawaii within 3, and that gets the crowd a little bit more active. And sensing that, David Niffen not wanting to mess around one bit, he signals for a timeout to try to kill some of that joy.
Exactly. And I think, as you said earlier, I think Hawaii, Charlie Wade would love to see his team just finish strong tonight. It'd be great if they could win 3 sets, but barring that, he wants to see a little bit better defense, a little bit better block, a few more touches on the Irvine attackers. Right now, Irvine's got 48 kills to Hawaii's 31. So their offense is just a little more finely tuned right now.
Is there an element to this? Is there such a thing as Charlie Wade and the rest of the coaching staff looking at this match and saying, hey, you know what? On this particular night, we ran into an Irvine buzzsaw. This is an Irvine team that I don't care who they were playing. It was theirs. They were unstoppable tonight.
We stepped off the curb and there was a Mack truck coming. That's what happened. And, you know, Irvine would beat any team in the country with their offensive performance tonight. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow.
There is no team. That's including, I watched Loyola play last night.
Yeah.
They're the #1 ranked team in the country. They won last year. Actually, they're #2 behind Pepperdine. But, and they're very good. But this Irvine team right now, if I were to match the match I saw last night with Loyola and the Irvine match just tonight, it wouldn't be close. Irvine would win 3-0.
I mean, it's early on. There's such a long season ahead.
It really is.
But based on what we're seeing tonight, you can expect UC Irvine to be in the running. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah, they're going to be in the mix at the end unless they go backwards. I don't think they can go too much further backwards, but hitting 521 on the night is just a monster number.
Averill out of the timeout, took a little something off. The pass by Russell. He's going to get the set on the outside. One-handed in the air by Fay, but a net violation called against Hawaii.
So what happens now when Hawaii hasn't touched a lot of balls, hasn't blocked a lot of balls, they start pressing at the net a little more, trying to get a stuffed block, and instead Jennings Franciscovich got a little overeager then, got his forearm on the cable, and point Irvine.
Reed Dominguez now on the serve. Pass by Fay. Franciscovich goes to Zarkovich, and the block was up. It was Lacavera and Andrew Benz saying, nope, not on this one.
Well, they were there waiting.
23 serving 18.
Excellent block. Block number 7 for Irvine.
Fay again. And dumping it over on the second touch was Franciscovich, and it was pitter-pattered around on the Irvine side. So finally the violation is signaled. Franciscovich was looking up at Ernie Ho saying, all right, something illegal happened on that side. Get us the point, will ya? So 19 serving 23. Hawaii in need of a run. Floater by Franciscovich. Set goes to Lacavera, hard angle right towards us, past the diving Franciscovich. And Lacavera has been working that angle all night long, and it is a aloha ball for Irvine to complete a sweep on this, the final night of the 21st Outrigger Invitational.
And good following for Irvine. They have a lot of parents and friends come over.
Lacavera, the pass by Kanetake. High and away, goes to Sador to try to keep things alive. Dug up back over the net by Brinkley. Hawaii goes right side. It's Zarkovich off the block. Kept alive by Saeda. Lacavera just has to slap it over. So advantage now for Hawaii. They go back row to Fay. The connection not really there. Pinballed around. The swing by Hershko from the back row by Irvine. Off of Holt and down. And even on the scramble plays, the Anteaters find a way to make it happen. And they close the deal tonight in emphatic fashion. A sweep against the home team Rainbow Warriors to claim the 21st Outrigger Resorts Invitational Championship.
Got to give him a lot of credit. You know, they played an all-around game. They played great defense. Their offense was something like we haven't seen in this building in a long time. Almost perfect. And it was a sight to behold. It was a fun match to watch, even though Hawaii was on the short end of it. You know, both teams played well. Hawaii hit 354. Irvine hit 526. And how about this play?
So the one-handed touch by Brinkley to set up Hershko. I mean, it was all ad-lib and improv at that point, and Hershko was still able to finalize it. 17 kills for him. He hit 696. And you're right. You look at the Hawaii numbers, and Hawaii didn't play terrible volleyball tonight. They just ran into, I think the best description, you put it, the Mack truck came speeding by. Tamir Hershko, as we get handed the all-tournament team list, Tamir Hershko named the most outstanding player. Michael Henshey of Ohio State, Aaron Russell of Penn State, Brooks Sador, Siki Zarkovich of Hawaii, Zach Lacavera, and Michael Saeda of UC Irvine rounding out the rest of the all-tournament squad. But yeah, I would say Tamir Hershko.
I would agree with that group, by the way.
Yeah, I would say that Tamir Hershko also certainly earned the nod as the most outstanding player of the tournament. 17 kills tonight. That ties a season high. He had 17 against Penn State. Also had 11 kills, hitting .471 against Ohio State. The lowest percentage he hit was against Penn State, where he hit .464.
He's in for a monster year if he's playing like that.
Let's send it over to Scott Robbs. He has Charlie Wade. Scott.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kunal. Well, Coach, sometimes you run into a team that's locked in, and UC Irvine was fully loaded tonight.
Yeah, and Niff just said, he goes, yeah, we kind of out-muscled you tonight. And we we thought we could get him in some trouble serve-receive-wise and didn't. They're guys that had struggled passing all weekend, really were sharp tonight. And we knew they'd put service pressure on. They absolutely came out swinging, and we didn't sustain that. We didn't handle their service pressure very well. And like I said, their outsides were good early and often. So hats off to them. And, we're back at the gym tomorrow, and we'll see this team in another couple weeks on the mainland.
You still have to be overall happy with the way your team performed during the Outrigger, though.
Well, yeah, and even tonight, I mean, at one point in the second set, we're hitting over 400. We'd made like 4 hitting errors or something total. We had 5 aces. Like, statistically, we were playing really good. Just played a better team tonight. I mean, they were really on. So, we got some things to work on, but I really like this group. They're working hard, and I think we're going to have a good year.
You mentioned back in the gym tomorrow. Friday, conference play begins against a pretty good team as well, UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah, certainly one of the early season conference favorites or preseason conference favorites. So we're going to have our hands full. It'll be a great battle Friday night.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Charlie Wade, head coach of the Rainbow Warriors. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presenting the players of the match. Michael Saeta getting the nod. I mean, so many offensive weapons for this UC Irvine Anteaters squad that performed well tonight. But Saeta was the guy that initiated all of that as the setter. 41 assists. He also had 5 service aces, and those were huge, obviously. Zarkovic, 13 kills, hitting 500 for Hawaii. So the sentiment that was shared by Charlie Wade was, hey, we didn't play terrible volleyball tonight. In fact, we played pretty darn good volleyball here through this first little segment of the season. Tonight, though, we just ran into a team that was, in a lot of spots, superior, and a team that was playing at its highest potential.
Well, I think Irvine was playing like April, May kind of form here in January. Very unusual. And David Niffen didn't count on them being that good, but I'm telling you, they were that good. They were postseason form, and it was really fun to watch. Their offense was just on fire. And again, we gave the player of the match to Michael Saeta. He ran the offense. He made a lot of good choices, put up a lot of nice balls, and he's got some monsters that are attacking the ball on the outside, aren't they? Huge.
Oh, man. It was pretty impressive to watch. I mean, it was like a New Year's fireworks show here.
It was.
To see UC Irvine offensively at work. Just explosions all over the place. So let's focus now on Hawaii. UCSB is next up. They have a week, essentially, or at least a work week to prepare. Where do they go from here back in the practice gym tomorrow?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to look at what Santa Barbara did this weekend. They won their own tournament this weekend, and it's usually a pretty good tournament. They beat IPFW in the final, who's a pretty good team out of the Midwest. But Santa Barbara is going to be good, and they're going to have to really watch their films and identify all the players that are going to be in trouble for them. Santa Barbara has been picked for a long time to be a contender, to be like number 2 after Pepperdine in the league, and so we'll see if that comes to play. I think Charlie Wade will be looking forward to playing a really good opponent on Friday night.
Yeah,
and then again on Sunday.
Yeah, and then it'll be back against these Anteaters for a series in California following that. So that's a bit of good news if you're Hawaii and you're a competitor is, hey, we're going to get another stab at these guys later this month. But here on this particular evening at the Stan Sheriff Center, UC Irvine played about as high a level of volleyball as you will see here this season. They win in 3 over Hawaii. UC Irvine improves to 3-1 overall. Hawaii falls to 3-1. That's it for us here courtside. Chris McLaughlin's going to make the sprint over to the corner crew. Don't forget about the post-game show, everybody. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time here on OC Sports. Aloha.